They wouldn't wait on me unless I had my husband with me. And when I came back with my husband, then they waited on me. Even though the car was in my name, everything was in my name, they didn't want to have anything to do with me.
Did that make you not want to deal with them?
I didn't deal with them. I went someplace else.
Well, they made me feel like I didn't know what I was talking about or what I wanted, and I was supposed to buy what they wanted to sell me because I was a woman. I didn't know anything about cars.
And what was your reaction to that?
Well, I walked out a couple times because I don't like being treated that way.
It was kind of disappointing, you know. He didn't tell me anything about the mechanical features of the car or anything like that, and which is mostly what you're interested in.
Hello, I'm Scott Wally. Those are the kinds of things you'd expect to hear maybe 10 or 20 years ago. Fact is, that still happens to some women. A woman's place in society has changed dramatically, but not all attitudes about women have, such as the attitude by some car salespeople about women as serious customers. Consider the experience of an automotive professional, Rebecca Mulroney of Walker Pontiac in Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
When I started in the business in 1981, my boss sent me on a shopping trip, and I really got enlightened because of the way people treated me. I walked in and I was either ignored, or they would walk over and say, "Go ahead, honey, you go look at the cars and you pick out the color that you like, and then you come on back with your dad and we'll talk."
Becky Mulroney learned from her experience, used it to develop skills which now earn her the increased sales, income, and repeat business the women's market offers, and will continue to offer. Here are some facts. In 1988, women bought $50 billion worth of new cars, a number that may well grow. In the early 70s, only 23% of new car sales were to women. Since then, that number has almost doubled, rising to 45%. And the number is expected to keep on growing to 50% by 1990. So women are nearly half your potential customers. Reason enough to take them very seriously. But here's one more interesting fact. Women now influence 80% of all new car buying decisions, even those in which a man is the primary driver. So if the opportunity to close more sales, earn more income, and develop a very loyal owner body interests you, stay tuned. The rest of this special Pontiac Video Magazine report will tell you what to expect from women buyers, what they expect from you, and how you can improve your selling skills to this powerful, growing segment of the car buying public. We'll start by explaining what you can expect from the woman car shopper. Women tend to go about the process of selecting a new car differently than men. And to help highlight those differences, we talk with several Pontiac salespeople who are highly successful in selling to women. First up, Becky Mulroney.
I've discovered as a rule that women are more prepared than men to purchase a car. They've generally done more research prior to coming into the dealership, they ask more questions, and they expect immediate and intelligent answers. Any salesperson who refuses to respond to her needs right from the greeting will lose her and all her friends.
Becky's insights are confirmed by other salespeople we talk with, among them Jim Ferguson of No. 1 Cochran in Monroeville, Pennsylvania.
I think women come into the dealership very well prepared, more so than a man. A man will walk in and he'll know what he wants in style and he'll know the job he's going to do with it. But a woman will come in and she'll absolutely ask you questions that you wouldn't think she would ask you. So you better have the answers.
And here's another difference, as Donna Donovan of No. 1 Cochran told us.
They're very knowledgeable, all the women that I've dealt with. And generally, they don't ever bounce around from one vehicle to the next. If they come in for a Trans Am, that's generally what they get.
Here's a summary of what you can expect when a woman shopper walks into your showroom. First, she's going to be more prepared, having done more research prior to shopping. Second, she's going to ask more questions than a man, and she's going to expect your immediate, intelligent answers because she's already shopped other dealerships. And third, she's probably going to have a specific model in mind, and she's not likely to change her mind once she begins talking with you. There's also a fourth and final characteristic you can expect from women shoppers. We'll let Becky Mulroney explain this one.
It's amazing how many women will take 2 or 3 visits to the dealership before they decide whether or not to purchase. A man won't always take the time.
Women shoppers, then, will often take 2 or even 3 visits before making a decision, often shopping competitively either before or after they visit your dealership. This is a point we'll return to because it has implications for the way you approach the sale. But the tendency to take longer to make a decision, to shop dealerships 2 or even 3 times, is an indication of one of the most important expectations women car buyers have. And Rick Ross of Dave Gill Pontiac GMC in Columbus, Ohio, put his finger on it.
And I think a woman, probably more so than a man, is looking more for a package than she is just a new car. I think that she's looking for a salesperson in a dealership that she can trust, and she knows that the dealer is going to be there to stand behind her.
A relationship. Keeping that thought in mind is the key to understanding what women expect and want in a salesperson and a dealership. Especially as compared with men, women are looking for you to be more than an order taker. They're looking for a dealership that's going to make them comfortable, for a salesperson who's attentive to their needs, for someone who's going to be there throughout the sales and service process. Here's how Nancy Gill of Dave Gill Pontiac GMC put it.
The woman is going to notice more about the dealership, about her surroundings, about the product knowledge that the salesman has, about the total relationship there with the dealership. A woman does not want to go into a dealership that is dirty and talk to a salesman that is talking down to her and is not concerned with her particular needs.
Now, let's briefly consider what women are looking for, not in the salesperson and the dealership, but in the car they buy. A survey conducted by J.D. Power and Associates for Family Circle magazine showed that a woman's most important considerations in a new car purchase are dependability, safety, meaning braking and handling, value, both in terms of the purchase and future maintenance, availability of parts and service, and manufacturer's warranties. Rick Ross and Nancy Gill confirm the study.
I think a woman is looking for reliability and dependability. She's looking for value, she's looking for benefits, she's looking for appearance, and she's looking for price. But most importantly, she's looking for service.
And she's looking for low mechanical breakdowns on a car. She usually is buying a car that has a pretty good track record for dependability, etc.
We've talked about what you can expect of women, what women expect of you, and what they expect in a car. Now let's talk about selling strategies.
I think it's important that you maintain good eye contact. You keep her involved, you make her feel that she feels comfortable with dealing with you and the surroundings of the dealership.
The worst mistake a salesperson can make is trying to intimidate a woman into making a quick decision. If they try, they're missing out on an important opportunity to qualify the customer. You can shoot yourself in the foot by not doing a thorough job of qualifying, because women especially will think you're not interested in their needs.
You really have to talk to a lady about her needs. Why is she looking for an automobile? Where is she going to drive the automobile? What else is she going to do with it? How many are in her family?
It's important to explain the mechanics of the car, how the transmission might shift, or when she would feel it shift, or what the horsepower means, and why this engine is more important than the other engine, and so forth. And it's important that you sell the benefits of the entire car, both appearance and mechanical.
The worst thing you can do is slough off a technical question. If you don't know the answer, say so. I admit the mistake. I admit the problem. I don't know, but let me find out for you. And I immediately go and find out. Because then they know you're not trying to snow them. They know that you're being honest with them.
It's up to you to determine and qualify her wants and needs and find out which direction that she's wanting to go. If she's concerned primarily in color, show her the quality exterior paint finish. Talk about the base coat, clear coat paint finish, and give her a benefit why it's important to her, that it's going to continue the life of the exterior finish of the car, and it's going to continue to make the car look nicer in the future. If it's air conditioning, sell the benefits of air conditioning, why she has it, plus it's worth extra dollars down the road when she goes to sell it or trade the car in.
That was a lot of information. Here's a brief summary. First, maintain good eye contact and keep the woman involved and comfortable throughout the sales process. Do not apply pressure. More specifically, thoroughly qualify the woman's use of the car and keep her needs in the forefront of your discussion. This will indicate your interest. When appropriate, explain all aspects of the car, those related to appearance and those that are mechanical. Be sure not to duck any technical questions. If you don't have the answer readily at hand, simply say so and ask for time to find out. Finally, as with all good sales presentations, present the features of the car and sell the benefits. And there are two more things to remember. One is not to make the mistake of ignoring the woman when a man and woman come in together. Remember, women influence 80% of all purchase decisions. And the last tip is simply this. Don't give up if the woman doesn't make a buying decision the first time in your store. Becky Moraney never does.
60% of my customers are women, and most of them don't buy a car the first time they come into the dealership. Some of them say that they either have a better deal elsewhere or they just need to think about it. But the most important thing for me to do is make sure that they know exactly what deal I have for them and what to expect of me when they come back, so that if they do come back to buy a car or to shop one more time, that they do know exactly what to expect and they feel comfortable about it. I give them a call after they leave. One question I don't ask them: did you make a decision on the car? They feel they're being pressured. If you call them up and ask them, do you understand everything we talked about? Are there any questions that you have since we last talked? I use this call to further obligate my customer to me.
Now to the close. Here again, the message is very simple. No pressure. Slow down. Negotiating a price and financial arrangements are the areas where women tend to feel least comfortable in the entire sales process.
I feel that it's most importantly that you don't rush the close or rush the sale. You slow down a little bit.
A woman is not going to succumb to a high-pressure close in most cases. They don't like the pressure on that. They're more intelligent than that. They need a little time to think about it, and that's fine.
The deal isn't done with the signing of the sales agreement. As we mentioned in the beginning, many women are looking for a long-term business relationship. So introduce them to all the members of your dealership business team. That includes the service manager, service advisors, and technicians. But it also includes anyone your new owner might be meeting in the course of doing business, the cashier, even the phone operator. That way, she'll be more comfortable at your dealership. And if she is, that very likely means a repeat customer for you, since surveys show women tend to be more brand loyal and more loyal to specific dealerships.
You have to give her confidence in the after sale. After she makes a decision and picks up the car, she doesn't want to be left stranded. Women are very strong on service and reliability. Not so much when the car is going to break down, but when it does, who's going to take care of it?
I think it's so important that you take the woman or the buyer and show them the service department. Show them that we have a night owl drop service, or show them where they would bring their car in if you're not available, and introduce them to the service manager, to the service writers. Tell them what your service hours are.
She's buying a relationship. A woman is buying the total package, the total dealership, from sales through the service.
As a Pontiac salesperson, you are the key to providing that relationship. But what's the payoff? What do you get out of it? Well, you get your fair share of $50 billion worth of business. You also get an opportunity to expand your owner base. But as a Pontiac sales professional, Nancy Gill knows what the payoff really is. So does Becky Moraney. And to close this Pontiac Video Magazine special report, we'll leave you with their very appropriate and important words.
We're not looking for you to buy one car here. We want you to buy the next 20 here. And the only way we're going to get that done is to develop this relationship between the customer and the dealership.
The main thing that I sell to my customers is service after the sale. That kind of reliability is important to women. They are loyal and trustworthy, and they expect good service. When you deliver, you can count on the repeat business and that of their friends for years to come.